All right, so this video is about adding linear expressions. So this is very similar to what we did in the last video, so it shouldn't be too difficult. Okay, so let's get going. All right, so Luke has 20 math problems and 11 science questions for homework. That's Luke, okay? Cameron has 23 math problems and 10 science questions for homework. Okay, so the expression below represents the type of exercises that Luke has for homework. So remember, Luke, talking about Luke here, had 20 math problems and 11 science questions. Okay. Complete the expression that represents the type of exercises Cameron had. So remember, Cameron had 23 math problems and 10 science questions. Okay. So now it says write an expression for the total number of math problems and science questions for both boys. So now we're talking about both boys. So remember, Luke had 20 math problems. Cameron had 23 math problems. So total, they have 43 math problems. Okay. Luke had 11 science questions. Cameron had 10 science questions. So total, they have 21 science questions. Okay. Now, suppose Luke had X math problems and 5 science questions. So you can see the expression down here. These are his math and these are his science. Okay. One of the X's, because we don't know how many math problems he had, and then he had 5 science questions. Cameron has X number of math problems as well. So here's his math problems, but 6 science questions. So these are his 6. All right, so this was Luke, and this is Cameron. Okay. Now we're going to write an expression in simplest form that represents the total again. Okay. So look, they both have X. So we have 2 X's. And then we have 5 science questions here, 6 science questions here for a total of 11 science questions. So this becomes our total expression in simplest form. Okay. So just like the other worksheet. All right, so here they give you a couple of examples of what a linear expression looks like. And linear expressions just mean that it would make a straight line if we were to like graph it on a coordinate plane, okay? And so one of the things that we have to know is that we have a variable, but no exponent. So you can see a couple of the non-linear expressions that look a little bit different because they have exponents or they have multiple variables. And those would not be a straight line if we were to graph it. Okay. All right, so you can take a look at a couple of examples just like we did in our worksheet from the other page. Okay. All right, so let's do a couple together. So if you look, we have 3 X's here and 2 X's here for a total of 5 X's. And we have a positive 5 constant and a positive 3 constant, which means we have a total of 8 constants. Now, if you look at this problem, they wrote it right on top of each other. You could do that too. As long as you line up the variables and the constants, you should then just be able to add them together. So there's your 5x and there's your 8. Oops. There you go. All right, let's look at the next problem. So we have 2x minus 4 and 3x minus 7. So again, if we add these together, so 2 X's and 3 X's give us 5 X's. Okay, now if you don't remember your rule about positives and negatives, make a t-chart. Okay, so 4 and 7 on the same side tell us to add, and they're on the negative side, so we get negative 11 for our constants. Okay, so not too hard, right? Okay, let's look at a few more examples. Here they're showing you 0 pairs, cancel each other out, right? 3 negatives and 3 positive cancel each other out. Then just showing you how to do, they do distribute here. So 2 times x and 2 times 3, okay? And then they can add it. Same thing here, they distributed the 5 times x and 5 times 4 to give you 5x minus 20. Then they can simplify, okay? All right, so let's look at C, okay? So look, I have an x and I have a 2x. So total, I have 3 x's. And then I have a -1 constant and a +3 constant. Use a T-chart if you're not sure. -1, +3. Opposite sides tell us to subtract. 3 is bigger, so we get a +2. Okay? Okay, D. I have x and I have a -2x. So again, use your T-chart. +1x and a -2x. Subtract. 2 is bigger, so we get a -x or a -1x. Okay? Then we have -4 and +1. -4, +1. So we get -3 because they're on opposite sides. So we subtract. 4 is bigger, and so it's negative. Okay? If you look at E, you can see they have that 6 on the outside. So we need to distribute first. So this is 6 times x plus 6 times 7. So now we have 6x plus 42. Then we can add the second expression. Okay, so we have 6x and 1x gives us 7x. 42 plus +3 gives us 45. Okay. All right, this expression's fine, but look, oh, we need to distribute. So 2 times x minus 2 times 10. So we get 2x minus 20. We have the 12x plus 19 just coming straight down here. All right, so we have a 12x and a 2x that gives us 14x. And then we have a 19 and a -20. Subtract, and we get a -1. Okay, should be pretty simple. As long as you watch the last video as well, you should be okay. All right, take a look at G. A rectangle. Okay, so a rectangle, right? 4-sided shape. Has side lengths of x plus 4 feet and 2x minus 2. So x plus 4 and 2x minus 2. And remember the rule for squares and rectangles is opposite sides are the same. So this side is also x plus 4, and this side is also 2x minus 2. Okay? Had you written them the opposite way, it would have been fine, as long as you do the opposite sides. Okay. Then it says, write an expression in simplest form to represent the perimeter. We talked about this in one of the videos a couple weeks ago. Perimeter is where we add all sides. Add all sides. Okay, so it's telling us to go x plus 4 plus 2x minus 2 plus x plus 4 plus 2x minus 2. Okay, now we have to simplify that. Well, I have an x, I got a 2x, I got an x, I got a 2x. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So a total of 6 x's. Remember, these x's have a 1 in front of it. So don't forget to add those, okay? Excuse me. So we have a +4, a -2, a +4, and a -2. Use a T-chart, guys, if you're not sure. 4, -2, 4, -2. Okay, this side is 8, this side is 4. Now you can subtract, and you get a positive 4. Okay, so now it says find the perimeter if the value of x is 7. Okay, well, so if x is 7, then we go 6 times 7 plus 4, plus sign. So 42 plus 4, that gives us 46 feet. So this is our answer, and this is our answer, 46 feet. Okay, so let's see. 2x, 1x gives us 3x's. 3 and 1 give us a positive 4. Oh, here we need to distribute. So 10 times x minus 10 times 2 gives us 10x minus 20. Then we can add our 6x minus 6. So 10x and 6x gives us 16x's. Negative 20 and negative 6. Use a T-chart. Gives us negative 26. Write a linear expression to represent the perimeter. So perimeter means to add all sides. So 3x, another 3x, that's 6x. Another 2x, that's 8x. Another 1x, that's 9x. And another 2x, that's 11 x's. Then no constant, no constant. Oh, here's a constant. So I don't need to combine it with anything. It just becomes part of the answer. Okay, so this is the perimeter. And then it says, well, what if x was 3? So all you have to do is plug in 3 for the x. So we get 33 plus 4, which is 37 yards is the word they used. 37 yards. That would be the total perimeter around the whole shape. All right, make sure you do your assignment, and the next video is coming up. Good job.